Hello, friends. Today we're going to discuss Class 7th Science, Chapter 4 Nutrition in Living Organism. Heading Let's recall 1. What is malnutrition? 2. What are the ways to prevent malnutrition? Heading Nutrition. Some life processes go on continuously in living organisms. Substances which are digested and assimilated for obtaining energy and for the growth and health of our body are called foodstuffs. We get several types of nutrients from foodstuffs. Nutrients can be classified into two types, namely macronutrients and micronutrients. Nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, and fats are required in large quantity. They are called macronutrients. Minerals and vitamins are required in very small quantity. They are called micronutrients. Heading Autotrophic plant. Subheading Can you tell how do plants produce their own food? Plants also need food for their growth. They can produce their own food. With the help of sunlight and chlorophyll, plants make their food in their leaves using water and nutrients from the soil and carbon dioxide from the air. The process is known as photosynthesis. Box. The process of taking in and using food which takes place in living organism is called nutrition. Heading Need for nutrition. 1. To supply the energy required for doing work. 2. Growth and development of the body. 3. To replace the damaged cells and repair tissues. 4th, to fight diseases. Heading Autotrophic nutrition. Some organisms can produce their own food and thus nourish themselves. This is called autotrophic nutrition. Heading Heterotrophic nutrition. Some organisms depend on other organisms, plants or animals for their food. This is called heterotrophic nutrition. Box 2. Carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll give food bracket open glucose bracket close plus oxygen 6 CO2 plus 6 H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives C6H12O6 plus 6 O2. Plants convert light energy into chemical energy and store it in the form of food. Water, minerals, and salts are absorbed by the roots from the soil. The stem transports them up to the leaves. The leaves have microscopic openings called stomata through which they take in CO2 from the air. The chloroplasts present in the leaves contain chlorophyll, which absorbs sunlight, helping to convert carbon dioxide and water into food. Oxygen is given out in this process. Besides leaves, photosynthesis takes place in some other parts like green stems too, as they contain chlorophyll. Find out how does photosynthesis occur in dark red or purple colored leaves. Heading Transport system in plants. Take a pumpkin stem having 2 to 3 leaves. Cut it under water with a sharp plate. Take some water in a conical flask and add 7 to 8 drops of ink to it. Put the stem vertically in that flask. Observe the changes that take place in it and discuss them in the classrooms. The transport system of the plants consists of the xylem and the phloem. The xylem transports minerals and water from the roots to all aerial parts of the plants. The phloem transports the food, bracket open, glucose, etc., close, from the leaves to the other parts of the plants, where it is either consumed or stored. Though the plants have a transport system, they do not have a separate digestive or excretory system. Find out what is chemosynthesis. Which plants produce their food by chemosynthesis? Heading Let's recall. Which are the different substances excreted by the plants? Why? Plants produce carbohydrates by the process of photosynthesis. Carbohydrates are made from carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Proteins are made from carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. How do the plants obtain the nitrogen necessary for the synthesis of protein? Air contains gaseous nitrogen. However, plants cannot utilize gaseous nitrogen. It needs to be fixed, that is, converted into compounds. Fixation of nitrogen occurs by a biological and atmospheric method. Heading: Biological fixation of nitrogen. Two different types of microorganisms can bring about biological nitrogen fixation. Root nodules of leguminous plants contain the rhizobium microorganisms. These microorganisms absorb atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into nitrate compound. Microorganisms like Astrobacter are present in soil. They also convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate. Box. Heading: Do you know? Heading: Atmospheric fixation of nitrogen. Lightning bracket begins, thunderbolts bracket close, occur in the rainy season. This causes atmospheric nitrogen and oxygen to react with each other to form nitric oxide, which is again oxidized to form nitrogen dioxide. The nitrogen dioxide dissolves in rainwater and is converted into nitric acid bracket open, HNO3 bracket close, which gets added to the soil along with rainwater. Plants uses nitrogen for their growth. Heading: Symbiotic nutrition. In some cases, two or more than two different types of plants live together to fulfill their needs of nutrition, protection, support, etc. with each other's help. This type of nutrition is called symbiotic nutrition. Some fungi grow around the roots of some other plants. These plants supply nutrients to the fungi, and in turn, fungi supply minerals and water to the plants. Some fungi and algae live together. The fungi provides water and minerals as well as shelter to the algae. In return, the algae provides food to the fungi. Lichen is an example of symbiosis between algae and fungi. Heading: Heterotrophic plants. Heterotrophic plants do not contain chlorophyll. How do heterotrophic plants live? From where do they get food? Have you seen a yellow, fire-like, leafless climber plants growing on a big tree? What is its name? The plant that grows on the body of the other plants to obtain food are called as parasitic plants. For example, Loranthus, Cuscuta, etc. Due to absence of chlorophyll, the Cuscuta is completely dependent on the host plant. Hence, it is said to be a completely parasitic plant. You must have noticed Loranthus that grows on trees. Heading: Use your brain power. Which part of the Loranthus plant carries out photosynthesis? 2. From where they obtain minerals and water. 3. Why is Loranthus known as partially parasitic plant? Heading: Insectivorous plants. We have seen how some plants feed upon insects to obtain nutrients. These insectivorous plants generally grow in soil or in water deficient in nitrogen compound. The plant body of the Drosera burramani has a flower-like appearance. It grows close to the ground. Its leaves are attractively pink or red in color with hairs at the margin. Droplets of sticky substance are found at the tips of the hairs attract insects. The scientist Johannes Baumann identified this plant in Sri Lanka in 1737. Hence, the plant is named after him. Heading: Use your brain power. Why does pitcher plant feed on insects even though it produces food by photosynthesis? Heading: Saprophytic plants. Plants which obtain food from dead and decaying bodies of other organisms are called saprophytic plants. Various types of fungi like mushrooms and yeast are saprophytes. Fungi secrete secret digestive enzymes on dead remains to digest or break down the carbon compounds they obtain. The resulting solution is absorbed to obtain nutrients. Box. Heading. Always remember. Food gets spoiled due to some fungi. Some fungi causes diseases or illness, while some fungi have medicinal properties. Yeast and some mushrooms are useful. Yeast is used in fermentation processes and for making bread. Mushrooms are a rich source of iron and vitamins. Heading. Role of nutrition and effects of the deficiency on plants. Heading. Nutrient function and effects of deficiency. Nutrient nitrogen. Function important component of proteins, chlorophyll and cytoplasm. Effects of deficiency retarded or stunt growth, yellowing of leaves. Nutrient phosphorus. Function conversion of light energy into chemical energy. Effect of deficiency early leaf fall, late flowering, slow growth of roots. Nutrient potassium. Function necessary for metabolic activities. Effects of deficiency weak stem, wilting of leaves, failure to produce carbohydrates. Nutrient magnesium. Function production of chlorophyll. Effects of deficiency slow, retarded growth, yellowing of leaves. Nutrient iron. Function production of chlorophyll. Effects of deficiency yellowing of leaves. Manganese. Function production of main plant hormones. Effects of deficiency retarded growth, spotted leaves. Nutrient zinc. Function production of hormones and their intermediates. Effects of deficiency retarded growth, yellowing of leaves. Observe the plants around you and diagnose the nutrient deficiency, if any. Heading. Nutrition in animals. This concept refers to the body's need for nutrients, mode of ingesting food, and its use in the body. Let's recall. Which are the nutrients in food? For what purpose are the nutrients used? Nutrients necessary for various activities of the body are obtained from food. They are supplied to the various parts of the body through blood. The food that we consume does not mix with the blood as it is. It needs to be converted into soluble form that can easily mix in blood. Nutrition in animals involves various steps from ingestion to egestion. Box. Heading. Steps in nutrition. 1. Ingestion. Food is taken into the body. 2. Digestion. Conversion of food into simple soluble form. 3. Absorption. Transfer of soluble food to the blood. 4th. Assimilation. Utilization of absorbed food by cells and tissues for energy production, growth and repair. 5th. Egestion. Removal of waste products and undigested food from the body. Observe the animals around you and complete the following table. Heading. Number, name of animal, type or name of food, and method of ingestion. Number 1. Name of animal, cow. Number 2. Name of animal, frog. You must have observed that there are different methods of ingestion of food in different animals, like swallowing, chewing, sucking, scraping, gnawing, etc. Types of nutrients in animals. A. Holozoic nutrition. Can you tell? How does ingestion occur in unicellular animals like amoeba? Amoeba does not have an organ like hands and mouth. It is a unicellular animal. It can take in food through any part of the surface of its unicellular body. It surrounds the food particle from all sides to take it into the cell. After that, it digests the food with the help of different enzymes. Undigested food is left behind as amoeba moves further with the help of pseudopodia. In unicellular animals like amoeba, euglena, paramecium, etc., all steps of nutrition occur within their unicellular body. Insects have mouth parts for ingestion of food. For example, insects like the cockroach and grasshopper, which nibble, have jaw like mouth parts. Butterflies suck food with a tube like proboscis. Mosquitoes and bedbugs use a needle like mouth part to pierce and a tube like mouth part to suck blood or other fluids. Observe and discuss. How will you classify the following animals according to their food type? Heading. According to the type of food, animals can be classified as 1. Herbivorous. Herbivores use plants directly as their food. Examples are grazing animals, granivorous, bracket open, seed eaters, bracket close. Frugivorous, bracket open, fruit eaters, bracket close, etc. 2. Carnivorous. Animals that depend on other animals for their food are carnivorous. Carnivores are indirectly dependent on plants for food. Examples are animals that feed on herbivores, bracket open, predators, bracket close. Animals that feed on insects, bracket open, insectivorous, bracket close. 3. Omnivorous. Animals that obtain their food from both plants and animals are called omnivorous. Examples are monkey, chimpanzee, human, etc. Some of the organisms around us perform the function of cleaning and conserving the environment by the very act of feeding themselves. They are called scavengers and decomposers. Fourth, scavengers obtain their food from dead bodies of animal, for example, vulture, crow, hyena, etc. Fifth, decomposers are some microbes which obtain their food by decomposing the dead bodies of organisms or other material. Box. The anteater is found in Central and South America. The bobcat or wood manjar is an ant-eating animal found in India. Obtain its picture from the internet. B. Saprozoic nutrition. Some insects, unicellular animals, etc., obtain their nutrients by absorbing the liquid organic material from the dead body of other animals or from the environment. This is saprozoic nutrition. Example, houseflies, ants, spiders, etc. C. Parasitic nutrition. 1. Have you seen small animal on the bodies of animals like dogs and buffaloes? Which are these small animals? 2. From where do these small animals obtain their food? 3. From where do the worms in the intestine obtain their food? Some animals depend on other animals for food. They obtain the food only from animals on whom they are dependent. This is called parasitic nutrition. Some animals live on the body surface of other animals and obtain their food by sucking their blood. This is called ectoparasitic nutrition, and such animals are called ectoparasites. For example, louse, bedbug, tick, etc. Animals like tapeworm and roundworm live inside the body of other animals and obtain their food. This is endoparasitic nutrition, and these animals are known as endoparasites. Thank you.